Feel the might of Mjolnir! Roar! Hello everyone! Peaches here with another episode of How's It Play Sunday. And this week we are playing Marvel's Heroes 2016. Basically this is a Marvel Heroes or Marvel game where it is a dungeon crawler. That is ultimately what you're looking at. This is like the ultimate in dungeon crawlers for Marvel characters. And it is very good. They recently just released a new patch that opened up a bunch of, they redid the whole skill system and things like that. So before you'd have to like get points and you distribute them as they come down, and now they've changed it where it's level requirement and you can kind of pick and choose. Very similar to Diablo, so they've kind of gone that direction more, and you can kind of just trade them out as you use them. So if you're like, hey, I use this one a lot, so then you start using that. You get passive traits that unlock at certain levels. And there's an affinity system that I'm not level 64, and this hero synergy, which when you use a hero, it helps you out. Now, team up hero, this is what it is right here. All right, so basically there's someone that helps you out. They're basically kind of similar to your pet in Torchlight. I would say that's probably the closest thing to them. And the more you work with them, the better that they become. And there's a way that you can get other heroes unlocked and that sort of thing. Then you have your inventory over here, tons of inventory slots, all sorts. And yeah, I mean, they tell you your basic stats, which is kind of how you rate up, damage reduction, level, damage, all that stuff. And of course you got a movement ability, so you can fly around as Thor. But what's really cool is I have Thor because I like Thor a lot. But if you're not a big fan of Thor, you like one of the other Marvel characters, why? Look at what is this list? This looks like a list of heroes. And ultimately you can use any one of these heroes. And the game has it where you can play any of them up to level 10. And once you get to level 10, you can choose to progress with the character and actually make it your primary, in which case they'll unlock it for you. Or leave them at that level and see which one ultimately winds up fitting for you. And I think if you want to get another one unlocked, it actually costs some currency, real life currency type things. So it's one of those things where you have to kind of figure out, as you go along. Okay, so I mean, they give level 10 is enough for you to sort out if you like the character now. And they have villains and good guys here. Like I said, I went with Thor, who unlocks them to level 60, which is max level in the game. But you can go through any one of these as quickly as this and just try. I don't know what Angela is. And there you go. And then you have their abilities that you can use. And they'll level up as you would expect them to. They would not basically... if you look at their powers, you'll get these things unlocked just as you unlock them, as a matter of fact. So it's really cool, and it's very easy. And let's just go out here and we'll fight. This is basically similar to what a Rift would be like, I would say at least. And there's tons of bad guys to fight, tons of loot, and it's all your level driven. So if you're, say, a level, you're a level whatever, level 1, all these guys are basically going to be level 1. They're not going to be anything crazy, and loot will drop for your particular class in general. So yes, I don't even know how this character plays. Seems alright. Loot, and this is loot. Look at all this loot. This is just just me playing a little bit, and I've already probably gotten enough. And all the loot, like I said, it drops for your class. So you get exactly, sometimes you get actually some other unique, say level 2. Sometimes you get other unique materials and crafting items for your other classes. So it's kind of strange, but overall it's not so bad. And this thing is just like constant. What's this thing do? Cool. All right. So, and I could change out my character. I think you have to be in a safe zone for it, but there's enough of those. And this thing, so they have all this part, right? So you go out here and you wander around, you see what you got to do, and then they include, basically unique standalone dungeons, instances, I guess you could put it. So like this is an open world part. Everybody participates. There's events that happen. Like there's one that's about to start in 7 seconds. And it's going to be something like a particular nasty boss is going to spawn or something like that. And yeah, there you go. Dr. Doom has made a... You can pick up cars if your character's strong enough for it. Most characters are, so it's not a big deal. But you have that going on. And then... Alright, let's go back. We're going to go back and try a different character out. Woo! So I'm like, cool, alright, that was kind of fun. Yeah, I didn't mind that character. But let's see, how about we play... I don't know. So many options. I played the Iceman a lot. You can see some of them I've tried a little bit more. It was actually kind of fun as Magic. I like her. She's got some pretty neat abilities. And she summons little pets. Come with me, pets, and I think you can actually sacrifice the pets and whatnot. Now, the only thing that does kind of stink is you guys you share inventory amongst all your characters. So, you know, it's all right, I guess. But yeah, it could kind of suck too at the same time. If you're like, oh hey, I don't, you know, you're like, I've got all this stuff for this guy, and then you want to try another hero, but then you have to be careful in doing it because, you know, you're gonna wind up using all the stuff for it. Monsters, there's boss monsters. You get your things on the ground that show you what's going on. See, like, she isn't strong enough to pick up cars, so I can't actually pick them up with her. I could destroy them, but I can't pick them up. So that's kind of a cool thing. You know, it's neat that they took into account that part with people. And I'm like, yeah, some of my pets again. They've also modified all these skills, so like this, how I used to have the character is probably not because they've overhauled the system, so things are way different. But I love her teleport ability. It's so cool. And then, yeah, and that's basically what you do. You go through, there's actually a story that you can go through. You know, there is a campaign mode, you know, if you want to get into that. And I will say the other thing that I found was super helpful is they do actually give you full keybinds. So you can ultimately like wind up making your, you know, your keybind be whatever the heck you want. Like initially it started off where like it was using Q, W, and E and that sort of thing for all your abilities. So I just modified it to be at 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's kind of how it works. So it's kind of cool. And then there's the merchants. The other unique thing about merchants in this particular game is you can actually choose to either sell to them or you could choose to donate goods. And as you donate goods, what it ultimately does, it basically makes it where they will, you know, give you better deals on items. They'll unlock new things. I mean, there's all sorts of things. As you can see here, like, you have the telegraphs on the ground that tell you what's going on. So, and here is a boss man ape. There you go. It's kind of funny that you actually fight bad guys when you can actually be bad guys yourself. Seems kind of like, okay, that's a little strange, but that's alright. It's okay. Yeah, what the... Fight those guys off. Yes. Oh, here comes another high-level person to save the day. But, well, they might not be actually that high level. I actually think they have a way of equalizing out your class and people that come in. So you can't get, like, walk through. But gosh, that is some craziness going on. Like that. And then, yeah, basically you just... There you go, level 6. You treat it like a dungeon crawler. All sorts of loot. I mean, loot is very generous in this game. You get blues and purples and greens and even, like, legendaries relatively early. In fact, actually, I think Hey, what are you doing, Ultron? No! Oh, man. I lost my train of thought. That's okay. Who needs thoughts anyways? There we go. I don't know why that ability was locked for a while. They must have made a level 6 ability. That would probably explain what happened. Because I used to have that ability all the time, and then it was like, hey, now I don't. And that's the case. They modified it all. And groups work what you would expect groups to work as. You get together. They're actually at least useful, because some of these bosses will actually just destroy you if you're not grouped up with people. So it's really cool. And I mean, this is just one. There's actually a lot of different locations. Like I said, there's a whole story. I just happen to be here because it's very intense in combat. And as you see here, look, like all loot drops for her class. And then those are Angela drops. I can't equip those, but that's all right. There's some form of crafting, but here's like how you, so like this guy, there you go, they have a current rank of 1. So if you keep donating goods, that'll go up, and what'll happen is all this loot will get better. I believe that's what ultimately happens when you donate to them. There you go. Increase the vendor's rank to improve the chances of the vendor offering you a rare blue or epic purple item. Yeah, so you could just sit here and be like, okay, well, I don't really plan on doing anything with her. I'll equip those. Oops, I just sold it. That's all right. But if you press Alt, and you can donate that way. You see the little gauges going up. Like it's like, I'm never going to play these classes, so it's cool. I'll just donate what items I get from them and watch that go up. And then I think it actually stays that way, level 2, no matter what character you pick. So let's go back to my main guy. Well, let me see. He's level 2. Let's go to Ultron. Ugh. All right. Who shall we try this time? How about we go with Hawkeye? Whoop, down I go, and comes Hawkeye, and they're rank 2. So it does, okay, so that does stick. It is shared. Now let's go see what Hawkeye can do. No transports for him. He doesn't fly. That's a shame. I can barrel roll. I could flip a few times. Oh, robots. Let's see here. I wonder if I could actually find one of those dungeons to get into that are actually pretty helpful to ultimately get into, and kind of, you can get quite a bit of good loot in those things if you group up with people. And like I said, it's helpful, but admittedly a lot of the times it's not like it's, you know, like people go off and do their own thing. So there's that, but I imagine at the higher level stuff, you probably do need people to work together. And once again, he can't lift vehicles. I don't know what that was, but I just grabbed it, and it did something. What did this do? Charge up and launch rocket-propelled air. Oh, charge up. Oh, look at that. Cool. All right. I should have read that. What's this? Range trick arrow, electric arrow. Nice. Angel. That's actually one of those people that you can group up. So that one's got Angel for their partner. Where I had the shield agent running around with me for Thor. You can get Angel and some other ones that you can unlock for that. Yeah. Boom, take my rocket arrow. Yeah, I could. He's actually got pretty intense mobility with that. With that 3 flips before you. That's actually pretty intense. It's cool. I like it. Get out of the way. Turn around. Die. And down with the... Oh, I totally forgot to charge. I gotta remember about that. No, it's not ready yet. There we go. Oh, he's a mini boss. And you have health packs that you can't see, that you have to ultimately, you know, they'll assign it to a key, but the key will probably suck, so you probably want to change it. I changed it basically to my Diablo setup. That's ultimately just what I kind of went with all this, is just took Diablo key bindings and made them into this game. And it works. I'm not upset about that at all. It's nice that I can at least do that. Now, it's cool when you can actually fly and stuff, because, like, Thor, I could just get up and fly and just skip all these little people. And just be like, I don't want to deal with any one of you, so I could just get up and just, boom, blow up the car, do some damage to you, run through and be victorious with my rolls. And I think that's pretty much it. It's a little bit shorter, but I mean, ultimately, there's some things to this game I haven't quite got a feel for. You're going to be doing a lot of grinding. That's ultimately what you're going to be doing in this game more than anything, is grinding different locations. You're going to be doing different locations, different missions, running through. I mean, it's basically exactly like Diablo, but just in the Marvel world with a couple extra things to it, which is pretty nice, such as the leveling up Merchants is kind of cool. They have a whole array of endgame stuff that's pretty awesome. The fact that you can switch characters on the fly is really cool. See, and I can fly around like this. Fly away! Which is cool too. And so... What? Knock that off. And like, these guys are of course my level now, because if they were like level 1, I would just be just whomping on them. Like, no problem at all. So they do some form of balancing with it. Let's go back to Avengers Tower. It's kind of your headquarters. And ultimately where they have a bunch of merchants and other things like that. I think I have one guy that's leveled up pretty good. You have your vault here. Your stash. You got the teleport that takes you all over the place. So you have challenges, which is where I was just at. Kind of like a Nephilim rift to some extent. So, like, I could go here, maybe. Normal. Warp to location. Region not available for selected difficulty. No. I can't. I gotta go with heroic difficulty. Oh, heroic difficulty I could get there. And then you have a story mission that you can go through. And a lot of these places, the story missions especially, I remember there being quite a bit of instances. So you have to go in and, you know, get into an instance and fight people. Alright, here we go. Hand ninjas. Feel the might of Mjolnir! Roar! I love Thor. So awesome. Definitely my favorite superhero. And definitely the other thing I like is like your skills and ability really feel impactful. Like I really feel like I am hurting these people bad. So I always like that a lot. New power unlock Ragnarok. I could bring on the end of the world, Mandarin. Oh man, you're such a freaking weird. Oh man, I just got owned. And that's what happens when you die. Somebody could come by and get me up, or I just return to waypoint. And that's it. If you actually drop loot, it'll stay on the ground. And you can go and they'll give you an opportunity to go and pick it up. I don't even know how I managed to get my butt kicked that badly, but hey, that's okay. That'll teach me if you're not really paying attention. No good, Alex Williams. Take my lightning. Yes. So, I think you guys will have a pretty much a good idea about how this game plays out from that point on. Like, it's pretty much, like I said, it's basically Diablo. It's a dungeon crawler to its core, and yeah, that's where we're at. Oh, jeez, man, woo! These are just basic people that were just kicking my butt. Ugh, heroic difficulty is definitely a challenge. Definitely a challenge. That would explain why that boss just freaking owned me. So I would need to avoid those things. Oh yeah. Oh man. All right. So I'd say I'm not set for this one. And that's that. They have a stash here. They have some crafters, enchanters, energy splinter vendors, and all that good stuff. So anyways, I hope that you all enjoyed this preview of Marvel Heroes 2016. It is a good game. It's fun. Gives you lots of options. Each class plays different. So you can kind of really find your niche if you just go and you play. It might not be your guy that you might like a lot, but you can always make it happen. But you'll find the person that just works for you. Give it enough tries. And they're pretty good about letting you try to 1 through 10. It really will give you an idea of exactly how the game plays. At that point, how that class plays. And then you can unlock the character. And you can get them up to max level. And I don't know how much it costs to unlock a character aside from that. I think ultimately the game is a free-to-play game. It's got a pretty good model to it. So far I haven't really felt pressured for purchasing anything. So if I wanted to actually play another hero and I wanted to get him to level 60, then yeah, I guess, you know, I'd have to take a look, see what the price is. But so far, not too bad. So anyways, thank you all for being with me. And make sure if you like what you saw, hit that like button. Please consider subscribing as well. So you can be the first to see new content. And I guess that's all. So you guys all have a wonderful, glorious evening. Good night.